Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island. Team learns a new theory connecting the Ark of the Covenant to the island. This week on The Curse of Oak Island, the team learned of a previous landowner with connections to the Freemasons, who may have sought out the Ark of the Covenant on the island. Digging at the money pit is still in full swing, and the team is hopeful that shaft number 4, DMT2, is narrowing in on the Chapel Vault. But this week on Oak Island, the most interesting action was actually happening on Lot 8 and in the War Room. As the guys had expanded their search around the island, they started to make some interesting observations about Lot 8 on the west of the island. This area has never been inhabited, which adds to air of mystery surrounding it. Last year, surveyors performed an underground survey of Lot 8, which indicated that there was a large metal object buried under the ground. And just last week, ground-penetrating radar indicated the possible presence of a shaft at 20 feet below the surface. Gary Drayton's metal detector has also picked up several old artifacts. These factors, combined with Zena Halpern's map of the island, which was allegedly created by Templar Knights, and points to a mysterious hatch in the vicinity, all led to Marty Lagina trundling into Lot 8 with a mini digger. The Nova Scotian government had given the guys a permit to dig down 5 feet, better than nothing. But if they found evidence of human activity within those 5 feet, then they could apply for another permit to dig deeper. Unfortunately, Gary didn't detect any metal. He had been hoping for a nice jewelry box. But they did find what looked like a paved area just under the surface. It also appeared as though somebody had purposefully refilled a hole or shaft with rocks. Will it be enough to get a permit for further exploration? The guys hope so. Meanwhile, in the War Room, Oak Island researcher and Freemason Scott Clark was back with a stunning new theory. He had examined a brooch that the team found 3 years ago, and he reckoned it was not a brooch at all, but one of 12 jewels from the breastplate of a Masonic high priest. There's more. Scott has identified Melbourne Misdar Chapel, a former Oak Island landowner and son to famous treasure hunter William Chapel, as a Freemason. The Freemasons are suspected of being descended from the Templar Knights, who the guys believe may have buried ancient religious relics on the island. Scott believes that the younger Chapel may have been conducting an ancient ritual used in ancient times to locate no less an item than the Ark of the Covenant. He was unable to tell the guys if Venture Chapel was looking for the ancient relic or if he had it stowed somewhere on the island. Needless to say, the guys will investigate further. At the money pit, drilling in the DMT2 shaft continued at breakneck speed. The guys are following in the footsteps of Irwin Hamilton's dig of 1940 and Gilbert Hedden's dig of 1937, both of whom excavated deep shafts in the area. Hedden got to a depth of about 124 feet before running out of funds, but he was convinced that the Chapel Vault lay 30 feet further down. Last night's episode saw the guys basically follow the Hedden shaft down to 120 feet, where they came across a large metal sheet, which was Hedden's protective shield. This shield protected Hedden's team from floodwater and cave-ins. The guys are now hopeful that all they need to do is dig a little further down to about 153 feet, where they'll find the treasure vault. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait until at least next week for that.